There are days when simply opening the door and letting the cold hit your skin is enough to tell you this won't be an easy day. The temperature drops below freezing, snow covers every path, and everything is forced to slow down. Not because we want to, but because the body simply won't let us move any faster. In big cities, winter is often felt through price tags and utility bills. Food gets more expensive week by week, shelves grow emptier, and meals are no longer about taste, but about one question: do we still have enough today? Mornings begin with worry, and nights end with the quiet fear that tomorrow will be even harder. Caught in that cycle, more and more people start dreaming of somewhere else. Not a richer life, but a lighter one. Fewer numbers to track, less pressure to carry, less of that constant feeling of being squeezed by things beyond our control. Far beyond the snowy hills, far from supermarkets glowing all night long, there are small villages where winter isn't measured in money, but in weather and endurance. Here, the cold comes from the wind, the snow, the frozen ground beneath your feet, not from numbers printed on a bill. Life isn't easier, but it's clearer. Everything is right there in front of you, not hidden behind price lists or endless contracts. In the middle of that landscape sits a small farm, quiet and isolated in the snow. It isn't big and it isn't abundant, but it's enough to survive. A young woman lives here, and each day begins with harvesting fruit and vegetables, tending to her sheep, and working with whatever the land and the season allow. Winter hasn't let go yet, even though the orchard ahead still seems to carry traces of an older season. The apple trees stand motionless in the snow, their branches bare, yet heavy with fruit, hanging in silence. From a distance, everything looks abundant. But Winter rarely tells the truth at first glance. She steps into the orchard with a woven basket in hand, each step sinking deep into the snow. Wind cuts across the dark tree trunks, sharp and dry against the skin. The apples are still there, but the moment she touches one, she feels what winter below freezing always leaves behind. The cold arrived long before she did. Winter doesn't arrive in a single day, and it doesn't leave as quickly as we hope. Snow falls day after day, erasing every old trace, turning familiar surroundings into something more distant each morning. Inside the barn, the sheep press closer together. The changes are subtle, the kind only someone who cares for them every day would notice. Some mornings, she leaves the farm for just a short while, believing everything will be fine. But weather rarely waits for people. The wind grows stronger, the snow deeper, and some things happen while no one is there to see them.
Get inside. Easy, easy. That's it, move along.
Winter doesn't disappear all at once. It pulls back slowly, leaving behind damp earth, paths just beginning to show again, and a clearer sky after months of gray. The sunlight isn't harsh, but it's enough to remind us that everything is still moving forward. There are mornings like this when a single deep breath feels different. The air is lighter. The body stops bracing itself. The smallest changes become the clearest signs that the season is turning. Winter has passed, not because it showed mercy, but because people waited long enough for the light to return. And sometimes that's all it takes to begin a new cycle.